It is always a great time to criticize Disney because no matter how many promises they make to consumers, they almost never keep them. Like they've promised that they're going to focus on quality over quantity, and that has not happened. But despite being the color of money, it turns out She-Hulk did not in fact earn them anything. And now the lead actress is confirming that they lost so much with season 1, season 2 is not gonna be happening. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube membership. So I wanted to start off with this Cosmic Book News article. Disney said no thanks to She-Hulk Season 2, the lead actress has confirmed. It again sounds like there will be no She-Hulk Season 2 as series star Tatiana was recently asked if it's happening and said Disney has actually passed on it. While appearing on Nerd Incorrect's Twitch livestream, she was asked if She-Hulk Season 2 is happening, and she responded, "I don't think so. I think we blew our budget," and Disney was like, "No thanks." Yeah, I think any company would say no thanks, okay? This show had a $225 million budget. It would have needed to bring in an abundant amount of subscribers at its budget, and it just didn't. And to top it off, not only did it not bring in viewers, but it's not like it was widely positively received. It's not like it was a show that was highly praised, even if it maybe didn't quite hit the subscriber and viewership numbers they were hoping for, because just taking a quick peek over on Rotten Tomatoes, I mean, it is sitting at a 77 critics, so even the critics did not love it, but a measly 32% audience score. Those are just not numbers in which you get a renewal. I mean, if a season 1 had a $225 million budget, that means that a season 2 could have a $300 million budget, or at least like $275 million. There's always a jump in budget, and it's like they just decided to go all in on this series. Now, maybe the creatives behind this project were told, you have $225 million, you can do whatever you want with it, and they could have split that. They could have made season 1 half the budget, season 2 the other half of the budget, and maybe that really is on them. Maybe they messed up so badly and either they misunderstood or they just wanted to put everything they had into one season, hoping that it would be the hit that they were wanting and it would do fantastic. But no matter how you look at it now, this is a failure. It was a failure from subscriber and viewership numbers. It is a failure in the eyes of consumers as it got absolutely panned. I mean, there is nothing with She-Hulk that was positive, and just thinking back to the show itself and the content they put in it that they thought people would want to watch just proves how out of touch these people are. I mean, I know that this image definitely went viral and it's definitely circulated, and I'm sure you all know it, but they decided to bring in this rapper, Meg the Stallion, and have her twerking with She-Hulk. That's what they thought their audience wanted, and it's fine to have, you know, some scenes that might be a little controversial like this, right? That maybe somebody will not like, but that is what this whole entire series was. It was She-Hulk outdoing the Hulk, you know, because she's a woman and that means that she instantly is better at everything. Her giving speeches to the Hulk like, "I've had to struggle my whole life because of my gender. People have never taken me seriously." Then you have moments like this where She-Hulk is twerking with this rapper and they decided to give this rapper an actual role in the series and had her act even though she's not a good actress. This show just should not have existed in the first place, and don't even get me started on the CGI for this. You'd think with a $225 million budget, the CGI would look better than this, but instead she just kind of looks like a green bean, and not in a positive way, that's for sure. I mean, She-Hulk in the comics was quite the bombshell, and they just gave us mediocrity and it's unfortunate. It says moving on to other projects, even back in October 2022, Tatiana doubted a She-Hulk season 2. She had said, I mean, I don't think so yet when asked. Kevin in the scene seems to be very dismissive of the idea, so if we're basing this off of the real Kevin, then it doesn't seem likely, but he also was, I think, just trying to get rid of Jen at that point because she was asking too many questions. Who knows? And the interviewer recommended, saying, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think Tatiana Maslany is a bad actress. I just think that unfortunately she is another actress who decided, I'm going to be part of this project to get that sweet, sweet Marvel money, and didn't really know a lot about her character. And of course, you cannot blame an actress for the bad writing because she's not the writer, so I also don't think that that really helped. I just think it was like the plethora of issues, and unfortunately, we ended up with one of the worst shows that I have seen in the past few years. I mean, I'm sorry to say, if you like this show, but it was absolutely trash. And I know that there are a few people out there, I'm sure, who absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this series, but I just don't see a way that they thought this could bring people in. I mean, again, 32% average audience score. Those are not good numbers. But it's no surprise to see why so many people did not like this series because, of course, over the years, Marvel has been pushing away their previously targeted audience of predominantly men in order to try to make content that is going to bring in a new audience, aka more women. But the women who already liked Marvel, the women who already liked these characters, don't want new versions of these characters. We don't want to see the Marvels. We want to see the characters that made the MCU extremely popular, the Thors, the Iron Mans. And if you had a show that had a lead female, I think it could be good. I'm not saying that we don't want any women in our entertainment, but unfortunately, Hollywood has a very specific type of female that they are inserting into content at this point, which is the strong, independent woman who doesn't need any men, who doesn't need any help, who can do everything the second she wants to do it with little to no training. And they tried to counteract this in She-Hulk by bringing in Bruce's Hulk, because he does kind of help her train, but even from the very start of that training montage, she is 100 times better than he expected her to be, so it didn't actually end up working out, but they're trying to bring in a new audience by pushing away their existing audience and making content that those individuals are not gonna like, and unfortunately for them, they are losing hundreds of millions of dollars, and honestly, at this point, they deserve it. I did not like She-Hulk. I know many of you did not like She-Hulk, and even the critics did not particularly enjoy it. Audiences just said no thanks to even season 1 of this, and now seeing that Disney is saying no thanks to She-Hulk season 2 isn't all that surprising, judging by the disaster that season 1 was. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.